Because the woman was too lazy, she had been lying on the sofa for 10 years, and her skin had long stuck to the sofa. Even the slightest movement would cause excruciating pain, tearing her apart. Every day, all she did was eat and watch television, and the room emitted a foul smell. To separate the woman from the sofa, the doctor suggested sending her to the hospital for surgery. But now, the biggest problem was that the house's door was too small, making it impossible to get her out. Helpless, the firefighters had no choice but to push down the wall. As the wall came down, the entrance was instantly surrounded by neighbors. This was the first time in 10 years that the woman had seen the outside world, and she felt extremely embarrassed, and dared not go out. The firefighters had to use plastic sheets to shield the neighbors, and then securely fix the woman. They carried her out of the room as if carrying a bridal sedan. Then they called for a large pickup truck, and it took more than a dozen people's efforts to finally lift the woman onto the vehicle. However, she had to wait for her husband to come and drive her to the hospital. Every time she felt scared, her husband would tightly hold her hand. But her husband had not arrived yet, so the doctor had to act as her husband and comfort her not to be afraid. However, how could the doctor compare to her real husband? It took 3 refills of gas before they finally got her to the hospital, but another problem arose. Due to her large size, the doctors injected her with dozens of anesthesia needles, but it had no effect, none at all. Helpless, they had to slowly peel her skin from the sofa, layer by layer, which caused her excruciating pain. To prevent her from fainting from the pain, the doctor had to divert her attention and chat with her about everyday life. It turned out that the woman used to be slim. She weighed only 300 pounds. People used to say that slightly plump girls had the best luck. She not only had a loving husband, but also an adorable female husband, who took great care of her and never let her do any household chores. This lifestyle made her develop procrastination. So, she ate, drank, excreted, and slept, all on the sofa, and yet her husband still loved her so much. Just then, the woman's husband finally arrived, and wanted to take her away. He didn't think his wife was sick, she was just a little overweight. The doctor really wanted to tease him a bit. She glared at her husband with passionate love. The reason she became like this was all because of his indulgence, but her husband didn't think he was at fault. Isn't loving her all about taking care of everything for her? The doctor felt very speechless about the man's behavior.